Hello and welcome! In this tutorial, I will be showing you how to adjust any preset in Lightroom to look amazing on your photos. Contrary to popular belief, most Lightroom presets are not one-click magic to transform your photos. Most Lightroom presets perform the best when applied to photos with proper exposure and white balance. So often, Lightroom presets will need to be adjusted after application to compensate for the exposure and white balance of the original photo. You may also want to adjust Lightroom presets to match your personal aesthetic and tastes. So I'm going to show you the two easiest and most effective things to adjust in Lightroom to make any preset work for your photos. First, I'm going to apply a preset. I'm choosing my Urban Jungle preset I created myself. After clicking on it, you can see that the photo is a little too bright. So the first thing I'm going to adjust on the right-hand side is the exposure slider. So I'm going to bring that down until I'm happy with where it's at. So that is always the first thing I do to adjust a preset, is adjust the exposure. You can either bring it down or up just by sliding that slider. Next, I'm going to go up to temperature. That is always the second thing that I adjust, so you can slide it left or right depending on the original white balance of the photo and what kind of tones you want. So if you want a cooler photo with cooler tones, or you want a warmer photo with warmer tones, slide that left and right until you're happy with what you get. So here's a before and after of the preset on its own and then with the adjustments. Next, I'm going to show you another way that you can adjust presets beyond just the two basic sliders of the exposure and the temperature. So I'm going to go ahead and apply the same Urban Jungle preset to this photo. I'm going to do what I always do first, which is adjusting the exposure, and then I'm going to go up to tint. So there is a definite green tint to the photo when I applied the preset, so I'm just going to slide it towards the right to the magenta to kind of fix that. And then I'm going to go up to temperature and mess around with that too, and do these two sliders together until I'm happy with the tones that come up. So here's another before and after of the preset on its own and then with the adjustment. Alright, so I'm going to show you one more way to adjust your presets to make them work perfectly for your photos. So go ahead and apply a preset. I'm going to do what I always do, so adjust the exposure. I'm going to bring it up because it's a pretty dark photo and get it to right where I want it to be. And then I'm going to adjust the temperature. I'm going to make it a lot warmer. I want it to kind of have a golden hour feel. And then I'm going to bring the tint to the right to get rid of any green tones. Next, you can see that the sky is pretty blown out. It's really bright, and then down below where the figure is still pretty dark. So next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down to highlights and bring that all the way to the left. That brings back a lot more detail to the area that's blown out in the sky. And then I'm going to go down to shadows, and I'm going to bring that to the right, and that's going to bring back more light and detail to the foreground. So here's another before and after of the preset on its own and then with the adjustment.